Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field where we will honor our 2022 seniors. Union University appreciates the hard work and many contributions you have made to the baseball program. Thank you to each of you for your time spent here at Union, and we pray God's blessings on you in the future. From Savannah, Tennessee, Walker Atkinson. Walker is joined on the field by his parents, Latonia and Dan Atkinson. He is graduating with a bachelor's degree in cell and molecular biology and will be attending the University of Tennessee Health and Science Center College of Dentistry. In his 4 years at Union, Walker has thrown 143.2 innings, appearing in 39 games, starting 21 of them. Walker has also accumulated 94 strikeouts. Walker will miss spending every day with some of his best friends out on the field. Walker is also a member of the GSC Honor Roll. Ladies and gentlemen, number 11, Walker Atkinson. From Nashville, Tennessee, Dorian Berry. Dorian is joined on the field by his parents, Felicia and Dennis Berry. He will be graduating with a bachelor's degree in sports management. In his 2 years at Union, Dorian has played in 45 games, accumulating 28 hits with 9 doubles and 3 home runs. Dorian will miss his teammates, building a bond with the guys last year and the newcomers this year. He says the brotherhood will last a lifetime, and he will always appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Dorian Berry. From Chino Hills, California, Josh Blazoyan. Josh is joined on the field by his parents, Cheryl and Vaughn Blazoyan. Josh is completing his MBA with a focus in executive leadership and will be working in Nashville starting this summer. In his 5 years at Union, Josh has played in 163 games, accumulating 157 hits, 29 home runs, 7 triples, and 30 doubles. He will miss his teammates and the relationships he has created here at Union the most. Josh is also a member of the GSC Honor Roll and was named GSC and TSWA Player of the Week. Ladies and gentlemen, number 23, Josh Blazoyan. From Ardmore, Alabama, Patrick Music. Patrick is joined on the field by his parents, Stephanie and Mark Music, and his sister, Hannah Music. He is graduating with a bachelor's degree in computer science and hopes to work in data analytics. In his 3 years at Union, Patrick has played in 89 games, accumulating 103 hits and a career batting average at Union of .320 and a career slugging percentage of .491. He has hit 8 home runs, 2 triples, and 27 doubles. Most of all, Patrick will miss his teammates. Patrick was also named GSC Player of the Week. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8, Patrick Music. From Blue Mountain, Mississippi, Sam Mcmillan. Sam is joined on the field by his parents, Larry and Barbara Mcmillan. Sam has a bachelor's degree in exercise science and is working on his MBA. In his 5 years at Union, Sam has thrown 107 innings, appearing in 39 games with 20 starts, accumulating 105 strikeouts. Sam will most miss the time he spent with his teammates. Sam is also a member of the GSC Honor Roll. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Sam Mcmillan. From Canal, Winchester, Ohio, Luke Williamson. Luke is joined on the field by his parents Sherry and Dave Williamson. Luke is graduating with a bachelor's degree in sports management and hopes to coach college baseball. In his 2 years at Union, Luke has thrown 107.2 innings, appearing in 21 games, starting all 21, accumulating 123 strikeouts. Luke will miss his teammates most and would not have wanted to spend the last 2 years of his college baseball career with any other group of guys. He is thankful for every single one of them. Luke is also a member of the GSC Honor Roll. Ladies and gentlemen, number 22, Luke Williamson. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for our 6 graduating seniors. Leading off for the Tigers, the center fielder, number 23, Kyle Vogler.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. We're out here at Fesmeyer Field for Game 3 of this 3-game series against the University of West Alabama. And here's the first pitch from Sam Mcmillan. It's going to be a ball. On the center fielder, Vogler. Not too many changes between the first and second game here for the Bulldogs, but there are quite a few. They're going to call that a ball as well. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs here on Kyle Vogler, batting .282 in his 33rd game of the season, 131 at-bats. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs here to lead off this game. Starting lineups here is Vogler, Peoples, Nemeth, Lyman, Rodgers, Bauer. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a ball. Rodgers, Bauer, Messina, Kitterman, and Smith. And they got a little bit of substitutions in here. Here's the pitch from Mcmillan. In there for a called strike 2. Mcmillan so far on the season, the left-handed senior, 6.88 ERA. He's got 1 win, 6 losses. He's been in 9 games. He's started all 9 of them. Here's his pitch. It's outside, and that's going to be a walk here to start the game for Vogler. He gets on a full count walk. That's going to bring up Peoples, the left fielder. Peoples batting .274, 37th game, 135 at-bats, 28 runs, 37 hits, 12 RBIs on the season. So Sam Mcmillan in his 10th game here has 35 1/3 innings pitched so far this season, 29 hits given up, 32 runs. Next pitch in there for a called strike. 44 walks and 37 strikeouts. So the key is going to be keeping the base on balls down this game and the strikeouts up. Mcmillan looking over. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. There we go. No balls, 2 strikes. You're in the game. Bezoyan out and left once again. Beckham not playing this game yet so far. Pitch out into center field. That's going to be Chavis coming in to grab it on the 1 hopper. And just like that, we have 2 base runners on right off the bat. Peoples gets a single. And this game is off to a start here. Vogler goes over to second base. So Beckham played the first game, and Chavis is moving over to center from right field. Played right all first game, and he played last night. Right field here is Grayson Swanson. He designated hit the first game. Quite a few good at-bats there. They're going to DH Dorian Berry and put Slater Shield at third. That ball is going to be hit out towards left field. Bezoyan going back at the wall. At the warning track, it's going to land. In left center field, it's going to score at least 1. 2's coming around here. And 2 runs are going to score here at the plate. They're going to third. Tag on. Slater Shield. Safe at third. Nemeth is going to have a triple. And they're going to score 2 before the Bulldogs could even get an out. So a triple on that one. Peoples comes home to score. Vogler comes home to score. Just like that, this game's off to a 3-0 start. Just like last game, Bulldogs find themselves down by 3 early. Right off the bat, this game got quickly started here after the senior night presentation. We honored 6 incredible seniors this season: Walker Atkinson, Dorian Berry, Josh Bezoyan, Patrick Music, Sam Mcmillan, and Luke Williamson during the break. Here's Mcmillan's next pitch. That's going to be also hit out to left field. Running in, it's going to score at least 1 run there. And Nemeth, they're up by 3. Well, Lyman gets on with a single out to left field. Not the start that the Bulldogs were hoping for here. 3 runs have already been played, and there's been no outs on the board. We're going to have a quick little meeting at the mound here. We're going to get our stat books ready to go, and I'll be with you in just a couple of seconds.
Now batting the pitcher, number 36, Gavin Rodgers.
Gavin Rodgers coming up to the plate. He was the designated hitter in the first game. He played a little bit of first base last night. Now he's pitching and hitting. They're electing not to use the designated hitter, and he about just took 1 to the side. That pitch got away from Sam Mcmillan. It's going to be all right. Ben Smith is catching here in the game. Didn't know if Cottrell would come in or John Wheeler, but Smith is able to do back-to-back catching games. Very impressive to do. Nice little pick-off there by Mcmillan trying to get him. He's going to be able to do it. So Rodgers is going to be the starting pitcher in this game. He's got that .98 ERA in his 4 games. Very impressive here. He bats, he hits, he fields. He also takes that for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here. At the top of the first, 3 runs already plated. Bulldogs find themselves down here trying to get the sweep. That ball's going to be hit over the first base dugout. Last night, the Bulldogs were able to pull off an impressive pitching duel. It won the game 4-2 on a couple of home runs. Similar thing this afternoon, a few home runs as well. Bulldogs winning at 15-12. Ben Smith's going to throw down for a stolen base, and he got him! Ben Smith, that's a very impressive catcher there. And just like that, Lyman is caught stealing. The bases are cleaned up there by the incredible Bulldog sophomore catcher. No chance there. That's another caught stealing by the Bulldog catcher this season. Very impressive defensive work there by Ben Smith. That ball's going to be hit to the second baseman. Patrick Music's going to field it, throw it over to Barrett, and that's going to do it for the second out of the inning here in this game. The Bulldogs are starting to cruise here a little bit faster. So Chavies is out in center, Swanson's out in right, but Slater Shield at third base, and Dorian Berry comes to designated hit. Beckham came out of the game. Beckham had a pretty solid first game. Went 1 for 5, scored a run, 2 strikeouts. Now we're going to see Josh Bauer come up to bat for his first time in this second game of the doubleheader. Mcmillan, the left-handed pitcher, he draws. Here's the pitch. Fastball, a little bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here at Fesmeyer Field. Wind's going west more. It started out south this morning. Here's the delivery. That's going to be hit out towards center field. Chavies is going to run over, catch it on the fly, and that's going to do it here. 3 outs. So not before the Tigers can put 3 runs on the board. The Bulldogs escape before any more damage is done. We'll be right back with you in the bottom of the first inning. As the coach comes out, third base coach, we're going to get ready for Patrick Music to lead off here for the Bulldogs. Here's your starting lineup for the Union University Bulldogs, who are 16-20. Batting first, second baseman Patrick Music. Batting second, the designated hitter Dorian Berry. Batting third, the shortstop Britt Netterville. Batting cleanup, the left fielder Josh Bezoyan. Batting fifth, the right fielder Grayson Swanson. Batting sixth, the first baseman Blake Barrett. Batting seventh, the center fielder Carson Chavies. Batting eighth, the third baseman Slater Shield. And batting ninth, the catcher Ben Smith. Here comes the first pitch from the right-handed pitcher Rodgers for the University of West Alabama. That's popped straight up in the infield. Smith, the second baseman, running over, and he's going to make that grab right on the edge of the grass, and Patrick Music is retired in 1 hit. A little bit of defense change up here by the Tigers defense. So Smith's coming in to play second base. Nemeth there at short, so he transferred over from third, where Kitterman is coming in to play third. Bauer over at first base, and they are electing not to use a designated hitter. Messina is coming into the game as the catcher. This is going to bring up Dorian Berry, the senior designated hitter. He played the first 2 games completely at third base, and here's the first pitch that he's seen from Rodgers. Down low for a ball, 1-0. Rodgers has a .98 ERA, 2 wins, 1 loss in his 4 games. He started twice. He's had 2 complete games, very impressive. 18 1/3 innings pitched so far this season. And here's the next delivery to Berry. Check swing, he went. 1 ball, 1 strike. 14 hits given up, 5 runs. 2 of those were earned, 6 walks, 17 strikeouts, and the average against him is .215. Here's the pitch from the windup. Berry pops that one back into the netting right here. Back to the press booth. That's going to be your starting lineups there. In the first game, Dorian Berry went 1 for 3, had 2 runs scored, had an RBI knock, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in the game. It was that 15-12 Bulldog victory. He's going to take that next one. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Bulldogs won the second game of the series 15-12. Gave the win to Sam Poindexter. Warren getting the loss. They did not credit a save. Ryan Evans came on for 3 innings. Very impressive. The next one's going to be in there for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Dorian Berry, the designated hitter for the Bulldogs. Very impressive game there by Ryan Evans. The freshman came in, dealing strikes left and right. He got the Bulldogs out of a tough situation. They came back, took the lead, and Dorian Berry goes down on strikes. 2 up, 2 down so far here by Rodgers, the pitcher, for the Tigers, and that's going to bring up Britt Netterville, the shortstop. Britt had a great first game already today. He went 3 for 4. He also went 3 for 4 yesterday. He had 2 runs, 2 RBIs, a walk, 5 putouts. Great game here for Britt today. Britt so far on the season, the junior batting .321. This is his 37th game of the season, and a big swing and a miss to kick it off for him. Been 39 runs, 44 hits, 8 doubles, 7 home runs. We saw one of those big ones last night by him. Interesting little jump step there by the pitcher. Grounded to the second baseman Smith. He's going to flip it over to the first baseman Bauer, and that's going to do it. 3 up, 3 down. A perfect clean slate here by the University of West Alabama, different than what we've seen in the previous games. We'll be right back with you in the top of the second. Tigers up by 3. Sam Mcmillan takes the mound for his second inning of work. The 6'3", 220-pound left-handed senior out of Blue Mountain, Mississippi, graduated from New Albany High School before coming to Union University, getting his graduate program here as a bachelor's degree in exercise science, working on his MBA. His 5 years, Sam threw 107 innings at Union, appearing in 39 games with 20 starts, and here's his 21st. The first one's going to miss a little bit low. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs here. Messina, the batter. Catcher, he hasn't played yet in the series. Next pitch popped directly up in the infield. Looks like Barrett's coming over at first along with Ben Smith, and it's going to land in the glove of Ben Smith. Pops right out into a puddle in front of the dugout. And Messina gets a second chance to stay alive here at the plate in this game. Messina batting .256 so far in the season. This is his 13th start. 43 at-bats, 6 runs, 11 hits, 4 doubles, and 10 RBIs for him on the year. .349 slugging percentage. They asked Sam before the game what he will miss the most. He definitely said his teammates. He's a member of the Gulf South Conference Honor Roll. Very proud of him here as a senior. Here's the pitch. It's going to be hit down the third base line. Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count here on Sam Mcmillan. From the pitcher here. Sam Mcmillan last pitch on April 10th against Auburn Montgomery, where he went 5 2/3 innings, getting the start in that one. Got the nod today for the third game of this series. Gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 of those earned. Next pitch, a little bit high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here. He walked 6, struck out 2 in that appearance. In the first inning, he got off to a little rockiness of a start, giving up 3 runs. That next one's going to be in there. Rung him up, strike 3. And that's going to do it as Messina goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. He watched that one blow right past him, and that's going to bring up Kitterman. Kitterman in the first game played a little bit of second base, and now they moved him over to third. Kitterman went 0 for 5 earlier today in that 15-12 win for Union. See if he can recover a little bit. Last night he played the whole game as well. That first one's going to be up for a ball. Kitterman last night went 1 for 4. It's going to dribble away there from the pitcher Mcmillan. Slater Shield, sophomore, coming over to help him out, give him a little bit of assistance on that one for sure. Bulldogs looking to go for the sweep here. They overtook West Alabama in the standings after that win earlier today. Fouled off over the first base line. First base dugout over there. But they were able to overtake the University of West Alabama in the conference standings. That improves Union to 9-13, and West Alabama to 9-14. So Union has 1 less loss, and a big swing and a miss there by Kitterman for the second strike here of the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Kitterman. So far in the season, Kitterman's been batting .200. 110 at-bats, 17 runs, 22 hits, 9 RBIs, and he pokes that one into the Tiger dugout here in this game. Bulldogs looking for the sweep here. They won the first game Friday night here, last night on Good Friday, 4-2. And they won the first game of this doubleheader, 15-12, earlier this afternoon. That one's going to be a little bit outside. He wanted it. He didn't take a rip at it, though. That's going to bring the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here at Fesmeyer Field in Jackson, Tennessee. Here's the pitch. Low, he did a little bit of a check swing. Not going to get him to go. The sun is poking out more here in the second game than it was in the first. We had a lot of south wind, even though we saw 3 home runs. 64 degrees here in Jackson with a 7-mile-an-hour southwest wind. We'll see if that's a factor. Sam Mcmillan gives up a walk. So Kitterman goes to first, has a great battle at the plate. Reaches on a base on ball, something that Mcmillan has had to work on getting down so far this season. Mcmillan, that's his 45th batter walked in the season. That 6.88 ERA. Sam Smith entering the game here. first game of the series. He's playing second base, batting .222. This is his third start of the year towards the end. Great to see him in the game for a called strike one. No balls, 1 strike. He's had 9 at-bats so far this season. 4 runs, 2 hits. Pretty good there for his only having 9 at-bats. And he's also walked twice. A nice little check swing there is going to be a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Tigers up by 3 here early in this game. Kitterman's leading off first. Ben Smith in the dirt. Almost had him there. Kitterman made a fake break towards second. Ended up turning around, changing his mind. Ben Smith almost picked it up and gunned him. Wasn't able to get a hold of it quick enough. Ben gunned Lyman in the first inning. Caught him stealing. Trying to go for second after his single. They know the arm that this Bulldog catcher has. And we're going to come out here. There's going to be a little bit of a conversation between the coach of University of West Alabama and the umpire. Not too sure what that's about. We're going to have a meeting of the officials here. The little triumvirate is coming together right in front of the mound. We'll see what they're going to come up with. Music and Netterville holding close to second base. Mcmillan there on the mound. Totally convinced at what that has to do. Interesting. They went back. He shakes his head no. Into the dugout, and we're going to resume play here during this game. So Kitterman leading off first. Smith up to the plate, facing Sam Mcmillan. Sam in his first inning and a third, giving up 3 hits, 3 runs. Next one's going to be outside, 2-2 count. 2 balls and 1 strikeout, or 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Faced 8 batters so far. West Alabama did the exact same thing in the first game. That's going to be hit to the third baseman. Slater Shield grabs on his one side, throws it to Patrick Music, throws it over to first. That's going to be a 5-4-3 double play, and the Bulldogs escape more damage, and they go 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the first. Exactly what we saw in the first game. We'll see if the Bulldogs can respond. We'll be right back with you in the bottom of the second. Welcome back out here to Fesmeyer Field on the third game of this 3-game series against the University of West Alabama. Josh Bezoyan, the left fielder, takes his spot in the batter's box against Rodgers coming out for his second inning of work. In the first inning, Rodgers was able to go 1-2-3 through Music, Berry, and Netterville. Looking to do the same thing here in the bottom of the second. Bezoyan, very impressive in the first couple games of this series. First pitch, hit out towards center field. Vogler going back towards the warning track. He's underneath it, and he's going to make the catch as Bezoyan is retired on a fly out to deep center field. Bezoyan in those first couple of games so far this season, he's batting .325. Earlier he went 3 for 4 in the game earlier today, and Bezoyan last night went 2 for 4. And now we're going to hear Pump It Up as Grayson Swanson. He played designated hitter in the first couple of games, and now he's out in right field. Grayson Swanson coming into this game batting .374, leading the average of the Bulldogs this season. This is his 32nd game. He has 43 hits, 29 runs, and he's going to hit that right into play. Right between the third and shortstop, and it's going to roll out into left field. Grayson Swanson's going to get his first hit. Kitterman couldn't get the glove on it in time, rolled out. Peoples made the field. And the Bulldogs have their first runner of the game in Grayson Swanson on a nice routine single through the hole. Blake Barrett coming up to the plate, the first baseman here for the Bulldogs. Junior batting .287 in his 28th game. He's got 18 runs, 29 hits, 9 home runs, 23 RBIs so far. He went 2 for 5 in the first game. Absolutely display of power here. Here's the first pitch to him in there for a called strike one. Blake went 2 for 4 last night. Scored the runs on the big home run earlier today. Give the Bulldogs that tying lead between him and Bezoyan. They've been knocking the ball out of the park here in this series. Rodgers lines up. He's back in the stretch. Here's the delivery. That's going to be hit into play again. Hit to the shortstop, Nemeth. He throws it over to Smith. Gets it a little bit off target. And get the out at second, but not at first as Bauer came off of the bag. So it's going to be a fielder's choice there. And Barrett is going to reach. It's going to be a 6-4, almost 3 put out. So 6-4 there. Takes for fielder's choice. Carson Chavy's coming up to bat here, the 7-hole for the Bulldogs. They moved him out to center field for this game. Chavy's the freshman, batting .344 in his 18th start of the season. 64 at-bats, 22 hits, 17 runs on the year, 10 RBIs. A great bat and a great field here, especially for the future of Union. Takes the first one low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here to Carson. Carson's a great guy that they can start to build programs around here at Union. His first season with the Bulldogs, one of the young talent. Only freshman in this lineup here. He takes that one for a strike. So now, since Swanson was sent back to the dugout, Blake Barrett's going to be the runner over there at first on that fielder's choice. He's leading off, being held by Bauer. Actually, to see Smith playing very close to right center field. Takes the next pitch in there for a called strike. Chavy's clearly not sure about that one. Chavy's in the first game went 0 for 3. He did score a run, though, and an RBI. Had 2 walks, 4 putouts from right field. Last night, Carson played the whole game also in right field. Went 1 for 4, struck out twice. Here's the pitch to him. Big swing and a miss there. It looks like he got a piece of it, knocked it down into the dirt. He's going to stay alive here with a 1-2 count. Interesting to see Smith playing closer to first base than second. The second baseman out there basically in shallow right field. Nemeth ready to cover the bag as a possible force out. Entirely relying on a ground ball situation from Chavy's. They anticipate him as a pull hitter here, especially on this lefty on righty matchup. Rodgers comes out for his second inning of work, and that's going to be hit out towards center field. Vogler going back, he's underneath it, and he makes the catch. That's going to be the third out of the inning. Chavy's is retired, and the Bulldogs still have a clean frame. Bulldogs down by 3. We'll be right back with you in the top of the third inning here at Fesmeyer Field in Jackson, Tennessee. We're back to the top of the third here with the top of the lineup as the center fielder Vogler comes back on for his second at bat here. He walked in the first inning, came around to score. We saw a single and a triple. That one's going to be hit out towards right field, towards the bullpen. Might bounce off the turtle. No, misses it by about 10 feet. Over there on the right side. Mcmillan there leaving him in after he had a great second frame there. He's pitched 2 innings so far, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, a strikeout. Here's the next pitch. Popped out towards center field. Chavy's is out there to get it. He's underneath it. And waiting, got it. There it is. So that's going to retire Vogler in this game. It's starting to move quickly here in the third inning. As West Alabama jumped off to a quick start, getting that base on balls. Came around as Vogler. Peoples came up to bat next with a single. Then Nemeth got that triple. This game is starting to take off without us here. Slater Shield at third base, ready to take a possible bunt situation. Called strike there on the left fielder Peoples. Peoples in his first at-bat got that single, came around to score. Earlier today in the game, he went 2 for 3 with 3 runs and an RBI, base on balls. In the first game of the doubleheader, he takes that for a 1-1 count here. Peoples also had a good night last night, 1 for 3 at the plate. Takes that one for a called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Colton Peoples, the left fielder. Had a very impressive play in the first game of that doubleheader today, that 7-3 putout. He takes a big swing and a whiff at that one, and that's going to do it for Colton Peoples. They take that one around the horn. So he goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Nemeth. Nemeth in the first game played a little bit of third base. Now he's over at shortstop. In the game, he had the triple in the first inning. Came around to score later in the inning on that 3 runs. He's going to be in there for a called strike 1 on him. Now that he's facing Sam Mcmillan for the second time in this game. Nemeth in the first game went 2 for 4. He's going to hit that one to the shortstop. Gets past Netterville, rolls out into left field. He's going to be up with a single. Nemeth rounds first. Hitting it out to Bezoin at left field. A little bit of spark here in the lineup as he's 2 for 2 already on the day. Bringing up Lyman to the plate. Lyman, the right fielder, got a single his first at-bat in the first inning and then was thrown out. He got caught stealing by Ben Smith. Very impressive throw there. Thought he might get a little bit greedy, and he got caught. That's popped out to Netterville. Netterville finds it in his glove at short, and that's going to do it here for the Tigers in the third inning. He faces 4 batters, gets 3 outs. The lead is still 3. We'll be right back with you in the bottom of the third inning. Here comes Rodgers for his third inning of work here. He's only given up 1 hit in his 7 batters faced. Has a strikeout. Had a pretty solid first 2 innings here as Union's looking to get their way back in this game. In the first game, here was the score by the innings. West Alabama put 3 up in the first, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 4 in the sixth. And then they were shut out for the final 3 frames. Union scored none in the first, but they did bounce back with 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and 6 in the sixth inning as they progressively continue to build upon that lead, ultimately winning with 15 runs on 14 hits. They're going for the sweep now. Walker Atkinson, the starting pitcher, went 3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs given up. Sam Poindexter, he ended up getting the win in that game, came in for 2 innings, gave up 5 hits on 7 runs. 6 of those earned 2 walks, 1 strikeout before the freshman Ryan Evans very impressively came in, gave up only 1 hit, faced 14 batters in 4 innings. Very impressive there by the freshman as he wrapped up the pace of play very quickly. We're going to see Slater Shield come up to bat here in the 8th hole. He's filling in for Dorian Berry over there at third base as Dorian was shifted to the designated hitter spot. First time we've seen Shield in this game so far in the series. This is his 15th start of the season. He's batting .220 as a sophomore, 50 at-bats, 13 runs, 11 hits, 5 RBIs. That one's going to be in there for a called strike 1 on him. No balls, 1 strike, no outs here to Slater Shield. Playing a little bit of third base. Glad to see the Bulldog team and coaches start to work in these younger guys into the game. Slater hits that one down the first base line. Looks like Bauer's going to come over. Drops it, gets off of his ankle, and Slater's going to get on. They're probably going to give that to him as an error, but Slater Shield legs that one out very impressively on a routine ground ball to the first baseman. Bauer fell off the glove. A little bit of chaos is going to cause some trouble there for the Tiger defense as the Bulldogs find an opening with Ben Smith coming up to the plate. They're going to credit that as an error by the first baseman over there. Slater Shield is going to be able to reach as Ben Smith, the catcher, is in his 2nd game of the doubleheader. Impressive. Usually they have him only catch 1. He's going to drop a bunt, and he doesn't get it. He goes foul with it. Kitterman, the third baseman, was already charging in, ready to take it in case Smith went the other way. Smith had a big hit in the first game, getting his 6th hit of the season, along with his 6th run and his 52 at-bats. Starting to build back up that average that was struggling throughout the beginning of the season. Turned it on against Lane College, and now we see him here against West Alabama, starting to see the ball better. Has 9 walks so far on the season. Went 1 for 3, scored a run, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout, all in the first game of the doubleheader. He shows bunt, pulls it back. Catcher goes to first base with it. And he's not going to get him in time as Slater Shield carefully gets back in time. We saw Thibodeau catch the first 2 games of this series, and now we're seeing Messina in here. Ben Smith looks over to his third base coach, gets the sign on what he's doing, and he loads back up. Kitterman ready to charge home possibly on another bunt attempt. 0-1 the count to Ben Smith. Here's the pitch. Goes to drop the bunt and misses it once again. Ben got pretty lucky on that one that the catcher didn't snipe it up after he fouled off that bunt attempt. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the third. Bulldogs looking to put something together here to claw their way back into this game, only down by 3. Reminder that this is only a 7-inning game because it's the game 2 of a doubleheader. Bulldogs took the first game 4-2 last night, took the second game 15-12 this afternoon, and here on this beautiful evening, Jackson, Tennessee, we're watching the 3rd game of this series. A little bit outside there, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kitterman still playing about 5-6 feet on the infield grass rather than staying out on the dirt. We'll see if he goes charging home. Ben's not going to bunt anymore with the 2 strikes in play. We'll see Kitterman go back a couple of feet back into the dirt there as Rodgers gets ready from the stretch. Good plate appearance here by Ben Smith. He fouls that one back into the netting. That's another quality at-bat here by the Bulldogs as they continue to increase the pitch count of these University of West Alabama Tigers throughout the last couple of games. And we're seeing it here again today. Ben Smith looks, takes his time, Rodgers from the stretch. Looks over, checks shield. He's going home with it. It's going to get in the dirt. So Ben Smith takes his count full. Great plate appearance here as he started off down 2. Worked his way back full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ben Smith, the catcher. Interesting to see him play in all 3 of these games. Very impressive. The faith that his coaches have in him defensively. And that's going to be a walk there. And the Bulldogs have 2 on, no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd as the hope looks alive for a comeback at the top of the lineup with Patrick Music coming up to bat. So Smith with the walk there is going to push Slater Shield to second base. And we're going to see Patrick Music come up to bat. Popped out to the second baseman. Earlier he was honored between the games with his senior night presentation as we're going to have a meeting at the mound here. Let's see if they're going to have a conversation with Rodgers. We're going to see Patrick Music come up to the plate. He's graduated with a bachelor degree in computer science this year. He's a senior, still working data analytics. Patrick, in his 3 years of Union, has played 89 games with 103 hits, added a couple more today. He added 1 more hit, went 1 for 4 in the first game of this doubleheader. He has a career batting average of .320. Very impressive here, especially for a college second baseman. Phenomenal leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs. Slugging percentage of .491 this season so far. He's even got that up to .576. He's got 8 home runs, 2 triples, and 27 doubles. And 6 of those home runs were hit this season. Patrick was named the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. Last week went 11 for 21, had a few home runs, quite a few doubles, 6 RBIs. And he's out here for another inning of work at the Fez. Rodgers looks in. Patrick Music went 1 for 4 in the first game. Had some great defensive plays. Bobbled a couple but recovered well in that Bulldog victory. A great fake there by Patrick was not executed like he wanted. He showed a bunt, pulled back, took a swing at it. Bauer was almost to the home plate. By the time that Patrick pulled back to take a rip at it, did a little bit of a fake. Patrick's got too much power to see him do that, but who knows what they're going to do. Runners on first and second, Shield and Smith. Here's the pitch to Patrick. He was showing bunt once again. Pulled it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Interesting to see that play there. Patrick decided to dig in and embrace the bunt. We've already seen Bauer bobble a couple balls in this game, 2 or 3. And it's only been the first couple of frames, so Patrick's looking to put pressure. He's going to do it again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Perfectly executed. Drops it on the third base line. Pitcher fields it, throws it over. Smith comes over, but Patrick gets the job done perfectly well. Drops it on the left side of the field. Moves his runners over. It's going to bring up Dorian Berry. The Slater Shield goes over to third after he reached on an error. Smith walks, and then Patrick Music has a sacrifice move him over play there. And they're going to call that a 1-4 out. Dorian Berry struck out his first time up. Berry's done very well. He'll be graduating this year with a bachelor degree in sports management. The senior was honored between the games. 2 years, he's played in 45 games with 28 hits, 9 doubles, 3 home runs. Takes the first one in there for a called strike. Had a great season so far. Loved bonding with the guys last year and all the newcomers. He was joined out there by his parents during the intermission between the first and the second games of this doubleheader. And here's a delivery to him. 0-1. Just a little bit outside there. They count 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here to Dorian Berry. He went 1 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader earlier this afternoon. Scored 2 runs, RBI, walked, struck out twice. Ended up leaving 3 runners on, but it didn't matter as the Bulldogs ended up getting the win. He went from third to designated hitter, and here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss there by Berry. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here by the designated hitter. Interesting to see Swanson go out to right field. Haven't seen him play out there a whole lot this season. Pretty cool getting that defensive start. As Berry comes in a designated hit for the Bulldogs, letting Slater Shield get some time over there on the corner. That's who he's hoping to hit in here. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A tying run here at the plate in Dorian Berry. Ben Smith leading off second. Slater Shield over there at third. Both of those guys have a good amount of speed. We've seen Slater move well on the bases so far this season. Rodgers now here from the stretch. Looks a little exhausted out there. Hands on the head. Likes the pitch from his catcher. And Barry hits that off of the mound out into center field. One run's going to score. Smith is going to come home. He's rounding, and the throw is not going to be in time. They're just going to take it. 2 runs score, and Dorian Barry has a double RBI single there in the bottom of the third to put the Bulldogs back in this game. Never know what to do with those when you're in the defense and they go bouncing off the mound. We saw a weird skip play in the first game where Patrick Music wasn't able to get it and went out into center field, and that's a very similar play there as it went flying off the mound quickly. No chance for Rodgers, Smith, or Nemeth to haul that one in. It's going to be 2 RBIs, and Dorian's going to reach with a single. Still only 1 out. We're going to bring up the shortstop, Britt Netterville. Britt Netterville with quite a bit of power went into it. Hit it to Smith, the second baseman, his first time up in the first inning, looking to make a change now in his second time around against Rodgers. Adjusting to that pitching style here of the right-hander. Barry's going. Here's the throw from Messina. It's going to get him in time. And Dorian Barry is caught stealing, clearly frustrated. Threw some dirt and takes off running back to the dugout. Messina had a phenomenal grab on that one in time. Dorian Barry caught stealing. The bases are cleaned up. And it's just the Netterville show here. We'll see if Britt can do it. Britt in the first game went 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, had a base on balls, including a couple big clutch hits to move some runners. Here's the next pitch. It's going to be outside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Now that Dorian Barry has been wiped off of the base path, Nemeth and Kitterman playing more towards left field. Takes the next one in there. 3 straight balls here to Netterville. They know the power that he wields. Don't want to test anything. So he's going to get back in. Adjusts the glove, rocks the bat. Here's the pitch from Rodgers. It's going to be strike 1 in there. Didn't give Netterville the green light. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. And we'll see what Netterville's going to do here. Rodgers getting the call from Messina. And there's the pitch way outside, and it's going to be a walk here, as Netterville has moved to first base on a base on balls. It's always going to be interesting to see how important that caught stealing was on that greedy attempt there by Dorian Barry. Now that we see the left fielder Josh Bezoin coming to the plate, he flew out to center field in his first plate appearance in this game. Bezoin, the senior, batting .325, 126 at-bats, 34 runs, 41 hits, 6 doubles, 11 home runs. We saw the 11th one earlier today, chasing Grayson Swanson, who has 12 on the season. Here's the first pitch to Bezoin, a little bit outside. Bezoin in that first game went 3 for 4, 4 runs, 4 RBIs, 1 walk, 2 putouts. An incredible game there for Bezoin. He also snapped the bat in half. Pretty impressive to do when you're wielding a piece of aluminum. He's got a new bat in there this game. Fouls that one right back into the netting. Bezoin took a big swing at one of them. Made a joke to battle the 7-foot pitcher Thiels out at the mound in that first game towards the later innings. He snapped it in half. Families here for senior night. Great to see Josh put one over the fence. Love that for his family here at Fesmeyer Field. Rodgers lines up. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss there by Bezoin. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bezoin completing his MBA Masters here at Union. Executive leadership. He's planning on going to Nashville starting this summer for a job that he got there. Played in 163 games with 157 hits, 29 home runs. Next one a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He has 7 triples in his career, 30 doubles. Josh is a member of the Gulf South Conference Honor Roll. Was named Tennessee Player of the Week, Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. Very impressive here by the Union graduate student in his final few home games. Here's the pitch. Hit down the third base line. Grabbed by Kitterman. He's going to go all the way across the field. Long throw to Bauer, and he's going to get it. So Bezoin is retired. That's the 3rd out of the inning, and we'll be right back with you in the top of the 4th. But not before Union can strike with 2 runs on the board. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back with you in the top of the 4th. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Here's Sam Mcmillan coming out for the fourth inning. 4 hits given up so far, 3 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Begun to dial it in. That ball's going to be hit right in the gap, right under the glove of Slater. Shield out in the left field. Bazoyan, and Rodgers is going to get on with a single to start this 4th inning off with a bang. Interesting to see the Tigers not utilize a designated hitter in this game. Rodgers can do it all. We've seen him field, pitch, and hit. Very impressive player here for the Tigers. Josh Bauer coming out to the plate. Flew out to center field in the first inning of this game. Batting .370 in his 37th game here. 138 at-bats, 29 runs. He hits that one right to the shortstop. Netterville flips to music over to Barrett, and that's an easy 6-4-3 double play. 6 + 4 + 3 = 2 here at Fesmeyer Field. As the bases are wiped clean there. An impressive play and a 6-4-3 double play. So with that, we have 2 outs just like that in 1 pitch. Messina comes up to the plate. He struck out the first time. Strikeout victim by Mcmillan, the only first person to do it today. Messina so far on the season's batting .256. Had 13 starts. This is his 14th. He's the first pitch from Mcmillan in there for a called strike 1. Messina's had 43 at-bats, the least here, aside from Smith. 11 hits, 6 runs, 4 doubles, 10 RBIs on the year, 5 walks. Here's a delivery, hits it right past Slater Shield. It's going to be fair. It's going to go out towards left field, towards the bullpen. Bazoyan running over. He's going to get at least a double, throws it in, hits the cut Netterville. And he's in there with a stand-up double. Pulls back the bow and lights the arrow. As Kitterman's in there. Up to the bat next. Just like that, Messina's in with a double quickly. Even though the bases are clear, that's how important that double play was to avoid the run. It's going to bring up Kitterman. Kitterman playing third base in this game. Had a base on balls. His second at-bat reached on that walk. Wasn't able to score. So Houston Kitterman, the third baseman, batting .200. 110 at-bats. This is his 11th. 17 runs, 22 hits, 6 doubles on the season, 9 RBIs for Kitterman. In the first game, he went 0 for 5, and there's a called strike 1. 0 for 5 in the first game. Now, last night was a little bit of a different story for him. He went 1 for 4, so at least he got something. More defensive plays and offense here. Here's the pitch. Hit out towards left field. Bazoyan going back at the warning track about 2 feet in front. Makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. The Bulldogs have another clean frame here, only finding themselves down by 1. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. This game's going quick. We'll see you soon. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning at Fesmeyer Field on the campus of Union University, Jackson, Tennessee. As Rodgers comes out for another inning of work. He has 2 hits, 2 runs given up, 2 walks, and a strikeout. The 13 batters that he's faced so far. And we're going to see Grayson Swanson, the right fielder, come up to bat here. Got a single his first at-bat. Then throw down in the fielder's choice, hit by Barrett. That was in the 2nd inning. So here we are in the 4th. Bulldogs only find themselves down by 1. 3-2 ball game. West Alabama, 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Union, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Rodgers coming out for another inning of work. Here's the first delivery to Swanson. It's going to be in the dirt. Great dig there by Messina. Swanson, Jr., batting .374 in his 32nd start of the season. 115 at-bats, 29 runs, 43 hits so far this year for him. Here's the pitch. It's going to be taken in there for a called strike. Grayson Swanson leading this Bulldog team in RBIs with 43, along with home runs. He's got 12 home runs on the season, a slugging percentage of .791. Very impressive here by the designated hitter right fielder. That's going to be also taken for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Grayson Swanson, he went 2 for 5 in the first game today. 1 RBI, 1 run, and a strikeout here in the first game. Earlier last night, he went 1 for 3, got a run, base on balls, and a strikeout. Here's the pitch from Rodgers. Popped over on the right side out of the field here. Over towards the parking lot. Make sure all those cars are okay over by the soccer field. Over by the Bulldog soccer. Bulldogs had a game the other day. Had a little bit of an exhibition game. They might have had an expedition, who knows. Rodgers from the windup. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss there by Swanson. As he goes down, they're going to take it around the horn. And Swanson's going to give the catcher a pat on the back, head back to the dugout as Blake Barrett's coming up to bat. Blake Barrett, the first baseman in this game, hit into a fielder's choice in the second inning. Hit it over to the shortstop. He took it to second base but wasn't able to complete the double play, so he's getting a second chance here against Rodgers. Blake Barrett went 2 for 5 in the first game, had that huge monstrous home run. Here's the pitch in there for a called strike one. Rodgers is putting it over the plate. We'll see if they can put it into play. Grayson Swanson went 2 for 5. Barrett here also 2 for 5. Barrett had 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Big swing and a miss there as he whipped out the driver here after Masters weekend. We'll see if Barrett can get a hold of one. He had 7 putouts, 1 strikeout in the first game of the doubleheader today. Last night, he did pretty well as 2 for 4, batting .500. Takes that one upstairs for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Blake Barrett. Barrett coming into this game batting .287, 101 at-bats, 18 runs, 29 hits. And he's going to put that one out to left center, no question about it. Will he go 2? We'll see. He's going to hold up at first. And a clutch hit hauled in there by Vogler out in center. And Barrett's on with the single, bringing up Carson Chavies. Carson Chavies, the right fielder in the first game, moved over to center for this one. Flied out to center field in the second inning. Freshman here for Union Bulldogs. Number 19, center fielder. He can bat both ways. Batting lefty now, throws right-handed. We're seeing more and more guys be able to do that. Same thing with Britt Netterville, Carson Chavies. The 2 for the Bulldogs that can switch hit whenever needed. Talent that they're working on more and more here. Here's the pitch to Chavies. Big swing and a miss there. Oh, they're going to say he got a little bit of contact on it. So 0-1 the count here on Carson Chavies, the center fielder. 1 out on the board, batting .344. This is his 18th start of the year. He's played in 23 games, 64 at-bats, 17 runs, 22 hits, 10 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch from Rodgers, a little bit outside. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Carson Chavies. Chavies went 0 for 3, scored a run in the first game. 2 walks, 4 putouts. Last night, Chavies went 1 for 4, struck out twice. Batting .250, puts that one right back into the dugout. You can still see a little bit of standing water in front of the Bulldog dugout. Very thankful that we're able to get these games in this afternoon. There was a big storm that came through here last night, late hours of the evening. Thanks to everybody that came out, got the field cleaned up, ready to go so that we could have a couple great games here on senior night. Seniors were recognized between the games, 6 of them. They got the balloons out, the bunting out today. Here's the pitch from Rodgers. He's going to put into play. Hit to the third baseman, Kitterman. He's taking it to Smith. Throws it over to first. Not going to be in time, but they get the lead out in a fielder's choice situation. He's going to put Chavies on first base. So Barrett got thrown out there at second. They tried to get a 5-4-3 double play. Weren't quite able to get it. But it is going to let Chavies get on there. A 5-4-3 fielder's choice. He's going to bring up Slater Shields. Slater Shield reached on an error. He was the first run to score for the Bulldogs there in the 8th inning. He hit it to the first baseman. Slater's got some serious speed on him. He went hauling towards first base when Bauer wasn't able to cleanly field it. Slater was able to reach there in the 3rd inning, looking to do the same here in the 4th. Pops that one up on the right side, out over the dugout. Not going to be able to do it. Slater batting .220 here, his sophomore season, 3rd baseman. He's come on in relief. Lots of the second games of doubleheaders, you can usually expect to see Slater out there, at least for one of the games. 16th game of the year, 50 at-bats, 13 runs, 11 hits. Pretty reliable here. One of those young, talented players that we've been talking about. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back in the dirt. We'll see what they're going to do with that one there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here to Slater Shield. Smith and Nemeth playing relatively distant from second base. Not expecting the runner over at first to move. Chavies. Rodgers is looking in, gets the call from Messina. He likes it. He's from the stretch. Slater's going to call time. He's going to step out, take a couple practice swings here. He'll get reset. Rodgers looking to dial it in. This game going way faster than the first game. About a 3.5-hour first game. That's going to be hit out towards left center, right over the head of the shortstop. And there's going to be another hit for the Bulldogs. First and second. Slater's on first. Chavies on second. Smith coming up to bat. Chavies moves over to second after hitting into that fielder's choice. Shield has a nice single on the day, so he reached on the air, got a single. And the Bulldogs look to have a 2-out rally here with Ben Smith coming up to the plate. Had an incredible first at-bat in the third inning. He was down 0-2 and worked it to a walk, took it full. And then he decided to go all the way around and score a run. After he got his 6th hit earlier in the day. Very impressive here by Ben Smith. 6 runs, 6 hits on the season. Here's the pitch. He's going to take that one in there for a called strike. The Slater Shield over there at first. Carson Chavies leading off second. Ben Smith the batter. Rodgers still the pitcher. Interesting to see Smith, the second baseman, not being as tight to hold Shield as you would expect. Chavies over at second base as you expect. Ben Smith with a big swing and a miss there, bringing the count to 0-2. Nemeth ran over. Nemeth preparing for a possible ground ball there from Ben Smith, knowing he likes to pull it. But they're not that confident. He might go oppo with it as Smith is lined up there on the edge of the grass out more towards right field. Interesting approach against a right-handed hitter. He does take it to shortstop, throws it to Nemeth. Nemeth bobbles it, and that's going to load the bases up here on an error by the shortstop. Nemeth went to field it. Once again, we've seen over and over again these middle infielders have trouble today. Not sure if it's the slickness of the grass or the ball getting wet, but not what they want to do if you're a Tiger fan. As the bases are loaded for Patrick Music coming up to the plate. So Slater Shield moves over to second. Chavies moves over to third. Ben Smith on first. They're going to say that it was an error by the shortstop. And Smith is going to load these bases up as the Bulldogs have this huge 2-out rally with Patrick Music coming up to the plate. Patrick popped out to the second baseman his first inning, and then the third inning, hit it right back to the pitcher. He's going to take that one in there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here at the Fesmeyer Field to Patrick Music, the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, batting .348, 132 at-bats, 37 runs, 46 hits. 6 home runs so far this year, 33 RBIs. He's walked 28 times, the most of any Bulldog this season. He's going to take that one right over the plate for a called strike 1. Well, with the bases juiced, Music up to bat. We know there's some power there. Patrick's been waiting to have a big hit. He had the single in the second game, went 0 for 5 last night. Hoping to get that back going here in the final game of this series and the last home game here in Jackson. Here's a delivery to him. He's going to foul that one back over, bringing his count to 1-2. Well, Patrick, here's the time to shine if you ever have it here. Down by 1, 2 outs. The bases are loaded. Kitterman, the third baseman, watching Chavies closely over there, and Patrick rocks the bat back and forth a couple times. Had an RBI and a run, a walk in the first game. Rodgers holding his hands. They're going to end up calling a quick timeout here and let Patrick catch his breath. Messina, the catcher, coming in for this game after Thibodeau did the first 2. Rodgers looks in, gets the pitch. He's going from a modified stretch, and here's the pitch. A little bit outside. That was close. They called that a strike last night, but they're not going to do it here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs on the board. Patrick Music gets another chance, continuing to battle at the plate. That's why he has so many walks this season, is that incredible plate discipline from the Bulldogs second baseman. Going to call a timeout, step out there for a second. Another reason he earned that Gulf South Conference Player of the Week last week. He steps back in, rocks the bat a little bit more. Rodgers from the stretch again. Here's the pitch. Music wanted it, but he decided not to go, and he's going to push the count full. Did a little check swing. But man, is this a close one. Bases loaded, 2 outs. You're down by 1. Patrick's looking for something good. We'll see what this pitch is going to be. A big moment here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This could be a big part of the game. Don't want to walk in the tying run. Fans getting loud. All the runners going. He's going to hit that out towards center field. Vogler's running over towards left center. Patrick puts it in play. And Vogler's going to haul it in as the bases are left loaded. Heartbreaking there moment for the Bulldogs. Good thing there's a few innings left as the Tiger defense and dugout players come out to celebrate with their fielders. All right, well, we're still down by 1. We got 3 innings left in this game here. 3-2 the score. We'll be right with you in the top of the 5th. Sam Smith coming up to the plate here to face Sam Mcmillan. Here's the first pitch from the left-hander. Hit to the shortstop, Netterville. Netterville once again making another error today as that ball goes out into left field. What should be a routine ground ball turns into a hit there for Smith. It's interesting to see how Netterville handles those balls when they go out into left field. Right underneath his glove there, and Netterville was frustrated but continued to fake the throw over to first. Gotta have the glove. Gotta have the ball in your glove if you're gonna throw it. And they're gonna say that Smith is gonna reach there on a single. So Smith on first. Here's the next batter. High upstairs. 1-0 the count. Sam Mcmillan in here. 6 hits given up, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. They're crediting the error to Netterville. Sam Mcmillan's going to run over, trying to get a pickoff. Very close there. The closest of the day for sure. Barrett was able to put the tag on. Wasn't able to get it in time, though. So Slater Shield over there at third, playing on the edge of the infield grass in case of a possible bunt situation. It's not going to happen. Ben Smith's going to try to gun him at second. Puts the tag on him, and the ball pops out of Patrick Music's hand. And they're going to get a stolen base on that one as Smith advances to second. Bases are open here for Vogler. He's hoping to switch places with that runner in scoring position. The University of West Alabama puts a runner on second here in the top of the 5th inning. Tough break there here for the Bulldogs. 2 balls, no strikes. That one's going to get away from Smith as well. It's going to be 3 balls, no strikes. Ben Smith tripping over the catcher's helmet on that one. Interesting to see Smith and how he's going to deal with that one. They credited Smith with a stolen second base. Had a little Smith v. Smith showdown there on that last play, and they're going to bring the infield in. Barrett coming in on the grass. Sam Mcmillan waiting to throw until he's ready, and here's the pitch. It's going to be a little bit outs. They're going to call it. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs here. Didn't give him the green light. Patrick Music, Netterville, both of them on the infield grass, ready for something in the field, and that's going to get away from him. It's going to load up a possible first, third situation. Ben Smith's going to have to get the call there, and his electronic earpiece come out, give them the sign on what they're doing first and third, and Vogler's going to get on with a walk. The Smith's over there at third. Vogler's at first. Peoples is coming up to bat. There's still no outs here. Not ideal for the Bulldogs, especially as they were threatening with bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th inning, looking to keep this lead at only 1 run. We'll see if they take it home or what the awareness is here by the infield. He shows bunt, pulls it back. Good dig there by the catcher Smith. Gets it back to Mcmillan. Peoples, so far in this game, has a single in the 1st inning, came around to score, struck out, and in the 3rd inning. Batting .274 so far in the season, 135 at-bats, 37 hits. Shows bunt again, isn't able to put anything down. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here to Colton Peoples. Peoples went 2 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader, scored 3 runs, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. A little bit of everything show here by Peoples. The left fielder, he shows bunt again, pulls it back. He gets the called strike, though. Maybe he shouldn't have pulled that one back. Slater Shield was halfway to the plate. He's not bunting now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Here's the money pitch from Sam Mcmillan right now. Runner goes. Puts it out into right field. It's going to score at least 1. Runner's going over to third is Vogler. And it's going to be a first, third situation with a run scored, hit and run. Tough break there for the Bulldogs. West Alabama's able to capitalize on that hit and run. Vogler goes from first to third on that play. Smith comes in to score, putting them up 4-2. Bulldogs trying to stay in this game here. People's getting a single out towards right field. We're going to have a quick meeting at the mound with the bullpen change. They're going to take Sam Mcmillan out here, the senior. The crowd's giving him some applause here. The team's already outside to greet him. Incredible here player there. Sam Mcmillan is going to exit this game here for the Bulldogs. His 5 years, he threw 107 innings, appearing in 39 games with 20 starts. He accumulated 105 strikeouts. He's a member of the Gulf South Conference on a roll and is currently working on his MBA. Thank you, Sam Mcmillan, and we'll see here who the reliever is for the Bulldogs in a few seconds. Here we are back in the top of the fifth, still no outs recorded as we have a pitching change. Sam Mcmillan's going to be exiting the game. He pitched 4 innings, 7 hits given up, 4 runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. A.J. Zeke is going to be the pitcher coming into this game. 6'3", 225-pound right-handed pitcher. Throws the first one in there for a strike. New Oxford, Pennsylvania. He's a sophomore, Colonial Forge High School. Coming out of there. Hasn't pitched since April 10th against Auburn Montgomery. Went a third of an inning. His second pitch is going to be popped out into left field. Josh Bezoyan running in. Netterville's not going to be able to get to it at shortstop. Throws it from the ground to Slater Shield at third. Very weird situation, and everybody kind of flopping there. As another run is going to come around. It's going to be a double credited there to Nemeth. As he goes to second, Vogler comes in to score on that play. And Peoples is going to make his way to third base. A.J. Zeke, like we were saying, pitched on April 10th against Auburn Montgomery, went a third of an inning, gave up only 1 hit, struck out 1 batter. So far this season, he has a 4.88 ERA. He's been in 9 games. Here's the next pitch. Hit down the first base line, just barely foul. 31 1/3 innings pitched so far this season. 23 hits given up, 17 runs. 17 of those were all earned. 23 walks, 11 strikeouts, so he's got to keep those walks down. He's faced 111 batters, 2 home runs given up with the infield in here. Music and Netterville on the inside grass. Big swing and a miss there by Lyman. Lyman got a single in the first inning, was caught stealing in the third. He popped out to the shortstop, Netterville. Patrick Music and Blake Barrett playing very close in on the grass, just in case to protect the plate here. Even though there's no outs, runners on second and third. Ball gets away in the dirt. Good dig there by the catcher, Smith. Runners on second and third, 2 in scoring position. Nemeth there on second, Peoples over at third. Interesting situation as Bulldogs are trying to stay in this game now, finding themselves down by 3. That ball's going to be hit right to Patrick Music. He's going to look at the runner at third, throw it over to Barrett, get the easy out, and that's exactly why the infield plays in. So a great defensive setup there. Music was able to field that. A nice 4-3 put out for Lyman. It's going to be the first out of the inning, and nobody's going to score. That's exactly what the infield was hoping to do, and they want to do it exactly like that once again. So infield's going to remain in. Netterville, Music, Barrett in on the grass. Slater Shield watching the runner over there at third. That's Peoples. It's going to bring up the designated hitter and the pitcher, Rodgers. Rodgers has had a solid game pitching. He's done well at the plate as well. He had a single in the 4th inning. Wasn't able to do anything in the first. That one's there's going to be a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here to Rodgers, the pitcher. Rodgers in the first game was the DH. He went 2 for 4, had 7 RBIs. He started the game off with that big 3-run home run. That's going to get away from Smith, but he has a good dig right behind the plate. That's why you have a great defender protecting your dish. That's exactly what Ben Smith has done for the Bulldogs this season. Music and Netterville were right behind the pitcher, ready to protect on a possible throw back. So we see Nemeth leading off second, Peoples off third, a little bit of an off-speed. In there for a called strike. What a greatly placed pitch there by A.J. Zeke. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. That was well done there by Zeke. See if they try to get him to do that again on the outside, getting him to chase. Zeke looks over, checks Peoples at third, takes it home. Got in the dirt, Smith. Faking a little bit. He's getting dirty today in those white pants. Throws it back to Zeke. We're going to do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Top of the 5th inning. University of West Alabama leads 5-2 if you're just now joining us. This game's only going to go 7 innings because it's a doubleheader. That ball's going to be popped back over the first base dugout. No chance for that to stay in. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. We see Barrett, Music, Netterville, and Shield all playing in on the infield grass. Shield the most reserved because he's got that runner Peoples over there at third. Got to make sure that he's protected, and Zeke's going to go home with it. A little bit of off-speed. Gets under the glove of Netterville, and it's going to go out in the left field. 1 run's going to score. Nemeth is going to come around, but he's not going to score. And it's going to set up a first and third as Rodgers is able to get a single out into left field and score another run. So Peoples comes home with that one. Nemeth makes his way over to third base. And just like that, with 1 out, the Tigers are now up by 3. So Rodgers makes his way to first on that single. And it's going to bring up Bauer, the first baseman. Bauer's yet to get a hit in this game. He flew out to center field in the first inning, hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 4th inning. Well done. The infield's going to drop back. Music and Netterville going more towards the middle of the dirt. That ball's also going to be hit back into left field as Bezoyan's getting plenty of ground ball practice today, and another run is going to score as Bauer has an RBI single into left. So Rodgers is now at second. Bauer's at first. Nemeth came in to score. And now our Bulldogs are down by 5, 7-2 the score. University of West Alabama is leading. There's 2 pitchers out in the Bulldog bullpen warming up. Bulldogs hoping to stay in this game. We saw what they could do in the first 2 of the series. We know they're not quite out of it yet, but it's definitely looking like an uphill climb here when they find themselves down by 5, only 1 out. A little bit of an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1 against Messina, the catcher. Messina struck out looking the 2nd inning. In his first at-bat and the 4th at-bat, he came hit a big double here for the Tigers. Messina batting .256. He's going to take that one right over what seems like a strike. Not quite there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Messina, the catcher. He's been 20 games, started 13 of them, 43 at-bats on the season, 6 runs, 11 hits, 10 RBIs here for the Tiger catcher. That one's going to be a good dig there by Smith in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 14 strikeouts so far on the season. He's been hit by a pitch 2 times, walked 5 times for Messina. Didn't play either of the first 2 games of the series, so he's a fresh batter off of the bench. Thibodeau played the first 2. That's going to be a little bit outside. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Thibodeau in the first game earlier today went 2 for 4. Struck out once. Had 7 putouts behind the plate. Great day there by the Tiger catcher. We'll see if Messina is going to continue this hot streak here. Big swing and a miss there. Exactly what the Bulldogs needed. A.J. Zeke placed that well. Great setup there by Ben Smith. Runner still on first and second. Rodgers out there in scoring position. Bauer at first remaining. They know that the top of the lineup could be coming soon. They got to get him here at the bottom. A.J. Zeke looking in. Here's the pitch to Messina. Big swing and a miss. He got him. And that's going to be the 2nd out of the inning. As Messina goes down on strike swinging. That's going to bring up Kitterman, the 9th batter of the inning here for the Tigers. So it started off with Smith, who reached on an error, came around to score. Vogler scored after walking. A single by Peoples, then he walked. Then he came around to score. Nemeth hit a double, came around to score. And then now since then, haven't had any more runs scored. But this is the 9th batter of the inning so far. And Kitterman, first pitch going to be a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here to Kitterman. Kitterman comes in batting 200, 110 at-bats, 17 runs, 22 hits. Kitterman in the first game went 0 for 5. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here to Kitterman. Kitterman played the first game over at second base. He shifted to third for this one. So did a couple defensive substitutions, switching the catcher. Here's the pitch, pops straight up. It looks like it's going to go out towards center field. Chavy's running in, calls off Netterville, and he's going to make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before the University of West Alabama puts 4 more up. Bulldogs find themselves down by 5. Score is 7-2. We'll see you in the bottom of the 5th inning here in Jackson. here comes Dorian Berry, the designated hitter, up to face Rodgers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dorian's already 1 for 2, has 2 RBIs on the game. Both runs here for Union. He was caught stealing in the 3rd inning. Now we're in his 3rd time up. He got that big clutch single to plate Shield and Smith in the 3rd inning, and he's going to face Rodgers. Here's the first pitch. It's going to be a little bit low. Kitterman over there at 3rd base doing a little squat workout. Rodgers on for his 5th inning of work, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, faced 19 batters so far. Pitch to Berry is going to be in on the hands. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Interesting to see how the Bulldogs are able to adjust as they go the 3rd time through their lineup. Now that they've seen Rodgers a couple times, they've had the bases loaded, weren't able to put anything together last inning. Berry knocks that one down the 3rd base line towards the bullpen, foul. Patrick Music flew out on a deep fly ball to center field to end the Bulldogs' hope there in the bottom of the 4th of getting back in this game, and now they gave up 4 in the top of the 5th, find themselves down in a jam. Berry pops that one up kind of in the infield. First baseman Bauer running towards the Bulldog dugout. He's going to make the catch in foul territory, and Berry is retired here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to bring up Britt Netterville. He walked in the 3rd inning, wasn't able to come around. He was a victim of a 4-3 put out in the 1st inning as he grounded out to 2nd. We'll see if he can change it up here in the 5th inning. Junior batting .321, 137 at-bats, 39 runs, 44 hits, 34 RBIs on the season. Has 7 big home runs, including one that we saw last night, a 3-run blast in the game. There's the pitch. Ooh, it's going to be a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here. Britt Netterville, he went 3 for 4. Earlier today, he scored 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a walk. 5 putouts, and here's the pitch. He's going to hit that right up the middle, off the hand of the pitcher. It's going to die right behind the mound, and he's going to get on. Tough play there. It looked like there's an optical illusion going out towards center field. Bounced off of the glove of the pitcher, Rodgers. And it was instantly killed as Rodgers thought that it went flying farther than it actually did. Smith and Nemeth had no shot to get it, and Netterville's going to get on there with a single up the middle. Well, with that, Bulldogs have a base runner once again. They see if they can do something with it here in the bottom middle of their lineup. Bezoyan, the cleanup hitter, coming to do some damage. He flew out to center field in the 2nd inning, grounded to 3rd base in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss there by Bezoyan. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Josh Bezoyan, the left fielder, senior, .325 batting average. His 34th game of the year, 126 at-bats, 34 runs, 41 hits, 43 RBIs. Earlier today, he went 3 for 4, 4 runs scored. Take that one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. It's been a different story so far in this game compared to that 4-2 victory by the Bulldogs last night. The 15-12 win this afternoon as well, as the Tigers are looking to avoid being swept by the Bulldogs and stay above them in the conference. Here's the pitch to Bezoyan. Check swing, gets in the dirt away from Messina. He digs it, throws it back to his pitcher, Rodgers. Bezoyan decides to stay alive there at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here into Josh Bezoyan. Infield is reset. Interesting to see that Smith and Nemeth are playing more shallow than we see Netterville and Music do for the Union defense. See if that makes any difference here. Smith obviously playing closer to 2nd base, and Bezoyan's going to launch that one. It's deep. You saw it off the bat. Back at the wall is Peoples, and out of here by Josh Bezoyan, his 2nd home run of the day. His family's going crazy. Looked like his dad had that one on video, and Bezoyan is going to make his way around the bases. The boys are coming out to celebrate as it's a 3-run game now, and the Bulldogs look to be right back in this one. Bezoyan points up to heaven, hits the helmets together, and celebrates as Netterville comes in to score. Bezoyan comes in to score, and the boys are dancing to the walk-up music there of Josh Bezoyan. We saw that one off the bat, and just like that, he ties Grayson Swanson at 12 home runs apiece on the season for the lead. And Speaking of Grayson Swanson, that's who's coming up to the plate. Maybe he's going to be a little bit jealous of what Josh just did and try to put one over the fence as well. Interesting to see Rodgers leave that one over the plate for Bezoin to just devour quickly. That pitch is going to be popped up in the infield. Looks like Smith and Bauer running over. Bauer's going to come underneath it in foul territory, makes the catch, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. Bezoin once again putting the Bulldogs back in these games with the 12th home run of the season here on senior night, his second of the day. Now we see Blake Barrett come up to the plate. Man, was that crushed by Bezoin. People thought that he had a chance on that one. It wasn't as bombed as the first one was. We saw Bezoin absolutely launch that one earlier in the game. Bezoin's had a home run in each of the last 3 games. Barrett's going to take that one for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here to Blake Barrett, the Union first baseman. Bezoin hit 1 last night, 1 in the first game, and 1 today. A trio of homers, and that's going to get through the gap there between short and third, and Barrett's going to be on with a hit. The Bulldog batters continue to stay alive. Patrick Music coming out to grab that bat. This is Barrett. Starts to get hot here once again with a single in the gap. Stays alive here. So another 2-out rally here. Chavy's coming up to bat. Chavy's playing center field in this game so far. He's got Blake Barrett over there at first base, hoping to knock him in. We'll see if the Bulldogs can capitalize now. If they're within 3 runs, only have 7 more outs to work with here offensively. Trying to get their way back into this game. Still no action in the Tiger bullpen. That's going to be hit out towards right field. Blake Barrett's going to be safely at second. We'll see if he holds up. He does. And Chavis has a move him over RBI single into right field as the 2-out rally continues here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Chavis goes over to first on the single, moves Barrett over after his single, and that's going to bring up the third baseman Slater Shields. Slater reached on an error in the third inning, came around to score. Got a single in the 4th, was moved over to second, but was left stranded with the bases loaded in the 4th. So Bulldogs decide that they're going to do what they could not in the 4th and score some runs here. They put 2 up in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. Still find themselves down by 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning of this 2-game doubleheader. Rodgers looks in. Here's the pitch to Slater Shield. Way outside. Messina has a nice grab on that. Slater, the sophomore, batting .220. Here's his 15th game started so far this year. 13 runs scored, 11 hits on the season, 5 RBIs. Looking to get a couple more here. Got Barrett out there at second. Chavy's on first. And Rodgers is going to try to calm down the heat of this 2-out rally. Slater calls timeout right before the pitch can be thrown. Trying to get in the head here of Rodgers. Slow down the rhythm that he has quickly found himself getting into. Rodgers looks in, pitching from the stretch. Kitterman playing pretty close there on third base, ready to protect against a ground ball. That ball's going to be low. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out to Slater Shield. Exactly what the Bulldogs were hoping to do here in the 2nd game and work their way back. After they won the first game dominantly, 15-12. No runs scored after the 6th inning. Slater gets back in, rocks the bat a little bit, goes back and forth. Same with Rodgers with the glove from the stretch. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike 1. Didn't give Slater the green light. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nemeth and Smith starting to back off. We'll see if Slater continues to stay in this at-bat. Very impressive by the Bulldogs. Fighting their way back into these counts, working lots of them full today. Rodgers looks like he's going to have to throw one down the middle, and here's what he does. He does, and it's popped out right into center field. It's going to land right out there in center. 1 runner's coming home. That's going to be Barrett, and he's going to score. And Slater Shield is going to make his way in. Very exciting here. Slater Shield is able to knock that one over, get a single. Barrett comes home to score from second. Great base running there. Chavis is going to make his way over to second. It's going to bring up Ben Smith. Ben Smith has been on twice already this game. He reached on an error in the 4th, reached on a walk, came around to score in the 3rd. As one of the offensive struggles has turned into a hot bat late into the season here. The Catcher Messina is going to have a conversation with Rodgers as Rodgers is walking around the mound avoiding talking to him. We've got two guys out in the bullpen getting ready for West Alabama. I've never seen someone do bands as quickly as they're doing them out there. They are getting those arms ready as fast as humanly possible. They're going to leave in Rodgers here as this two-out rally continues to grow. Bottom of the fifth inning here. Union down by 2. Ben Smith, the catcher, up to the plate. Like we said, he scored a run in the third after a walk, reached on the air in the fourth, and was left stranded with the bases loaded. Patrick Music up on deck there. He was the one who wasn't able to get it done last time, so he might have a second chance. And Ben Smith's going to hit that one right above the head of the shortstop. It's going to land, and one runner's coming home. That's going to be Carson Chavis. He's going to make it safely, and the Bulldogs are within 1, and the fans are going crazy here at Fesmeyer Field. An exciting afternoon here as the Bulldogs pull it within 1 and a huge two-out rally. Ben Smith gets a hit. Always a great day seeing him be able to come home, and that's going to be a great answer to the 4 runs put up in the top of the inning. As now we have 4 runs in the bottom of the inning. And we're going to see if there's a pitching change here. Maybe not. No. Interesting to see the pitcher Rodgers continue to look over to the dugout. But Smith is going to get the single. Shields going to go over to second base. Runners on first and second for Patrick Music. Patrick Music was the one who left the bases stranded last time. Only down by 1 this time. He hit to the second baseman in the first inning. Grounded out to first in the third. In the fourth, he flew out, leaving those bases loaded. He gets another chance here in the fifth. Here's the pitch. He's going to hit that one out towards right center field. Lyman's going to run over. He's underneath it. That's going to end the hope here for the Bulldogs as Patrick Music is frustrated, getting tough break after tough break, even though he's hitting the ball well. But not before the Bulldogs can pull it within 1. They scored 4 runs in that inning. 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors. We'll be right back with you in the top of the 6th inning. Bulldogs only down by 1. Here we go to the top of the 6th inning in the third game of this 3-game series against University of West Alabama Tigers and Union University Bulldogs. We have a pitching change here as Ryan Middleton is coming into the game. He pitched on April 5th against Lane College, where he went 1 inning, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 of those earned. And that first pitch is going to be a little bit outside for a ball. So that's going to do it there for A.J. Zeke. He went 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 1 and faced 6 batters. Ryan Middleton comes into the game. Next pitch going to be hit to the first baseman, Barry. He's going to field it cleanly, go step on the bag, and that's going to be an easy put out by the first baseman. Well, with that, Smith is retired, and we're back to the top of the lineup here. As Vogler's coming back up to bat. The center fielder scored on a walk in the 5th inning, flew out to center in the 3rd, and in the 1st inning scored also on a walk. So these walks have cost the Bulldogs, but they're not out of it yet as they continue to stay in this game here. Here's the pitch in there for a called strike. Middleton has an 11.57 ERA. He's been in 11 games so far this year. Has 3 saves, 14 innings pitched, 30 hits, 30 runs, 18 of those earned, 7 walks. Next pitch going to be hit down the third baseline foul. 14 strikeouts, 5 doubles given up, 5 home runs, and 66 at-bats here. Middleton enters in trying to see if the Bulldog bullpen can finish out this game, keep it within 1. Middleton comes out strong, gets an out right off the bat. He finds Vogler down 0-2. Here's the pitch. A little bit outside, trying to get him to chase. Good placement there by Middleton, attempting to see if Vogler will get greedy. Vogler, the center fielder, batting .282, 131 at-bats, 31 runs, 37 hits. It's going to be in there for a called strike 3. He got him. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. Quickly, this Middleton comes to get the job done here as he gets him on a watching strikeout. That's going to bring up Peoples. Peoples number 1. The left fielder's 2 for 3 in the game so far. One of the hottest hitters on this Tiger offense. He's got 1 RBI, 2 runs scored, struck out once. Peoples so far. And that single came around to score in the 1st inning. Same thing in the 5th. Struck out swinging in the 3rd. Middleton looks in. Here's the first pitch. Popped up back. That's going to be foul. Let's bring the count to 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here The Bulldogs quickly anticipate getting back to the plate, try to continue what they started the last 2 innings. They put 4 up in the bottom of the 5th. Exactly what they needed to do to answer. That one's going to be there in the dirt. Ben Smith, great dig. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here to Peoples. The bases are empty, 2 outs. Music and Netterville out there on the outfield grass just a little bit. Slater's protecting the inside on the opposite hit. That's going to be a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Peoples. Peoples went 2 for 3 in the first game of the day. 1 RBI, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He's been a walking machine. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. They got him. Middleton comes in, gets the job done, and the Bulldogs escape 1-2-3 as he retires the side, and the Bulldogs get back up to the plate to go try to take the lead. We'll be right back with you in the bottom of the 6th here in Jackson, Tennessee. Dorian Berry leading off the inning once again. Back-to-back innings with Dorian up to the plate first. Last inning, he flew out to the first baseman who stepped on first right before that rally was started with Netterville. And the Bulldogs only find themselves down by 1. Rodgers continuing to come out for another inning of work. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Only 1 to go here at the Fez. Be interesting to see if Rodgers is trying to complete this game. A couple guys warming up there in the Tiger bullpen. The pitch going to be in there for a called strike right on the outside of the strike zone. That one was definitely close. Berry so far in this game struck out in the first, had a single in the third, was caught stealing, had the big RBIs though. 2 of them on the game. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs here to Dorian Berry. And last inning, he started off that inning. Ground ball to first base. Berry, his senior year, batting .276, 87 at-bats, 24 hits, 23 runs. Here's the pitch. He sends that one out towards left field. Peoples running over on the run, makes the catch right at the warning track, and Berry is retired with a fly out to left field. And a great catch there by Peoples in left. Well, with that music, we know that Britt Netterville's coming up to the plate. He's got a single, came around to score in the 5th. Had a base on balls on the 3rd. Wasn't able to come in. Then he hit to ground out in the 1st inning to the second baseman. But Britt so far in this game, the junior batting .321, 137 at-bats, 44 hits, 39 runs. So far in this game, and here's his first pitch from Rodgers. It's going to be outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here to Britt Netterville, the shortstop. Netterville has had quite the series. Earlier today, he went 3 for 4 in the first game, 2 RBIs, 2 runs on the home run. Here's the delivery for his second pitch. He hits that one to third baseman off the glove, bounced off the glove of Kitterman, and he's going to be on a possible single or an error. Kitterman had that. He went to pick it like a first baseman, but he's not playing first. He's playing third base, and he missed that one. Netterville is going to get on there. They're going to say that was a single because he wouldn't have been able to field it, and it's going to bring up Bezoyan. Last time we saw Bezoyan, he crushed one over the wall, 330 out there in left field. Peoples ran back and had no chance to get it, and this is the guy that the Bulldogs look to as the catcher's going to come out, maybe have a conversation with the pitcher. We'll see if they're going to have a pitching change because they know Bezoyan can do some damage, and that's what they're going to do. Here's a pitching change coming soon. We'll be right back with you in a few short seconds. Josh Bezoyan come up to the plate. The Tigers decided to go to their bullpen. Bledsoe coming into this game after pitching last night. He's got a 5.74 ERA. He's been in 14 games, 15 2/3 innings pitched, 18 hits given up, 12 runs, 10 of those earned, 8 walks, 19 strikeouts on the season. Last night he came in against Union. That was April 15th, all the way back to yesterday. Pitched 1 inning, got 1 strikeout, came in to finish it off. That's going to do it here for the starter, Rodgers. He went 5 1/3 innings, had a great game. Gave up 11 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, faced 30 batters. They know who's coming up to the plate, and that's Josh Bezoyan. You don't want to mess with him. He's hit 3 home runs today and yesterday. Got 1 in each of the 3 games of this series so far. Bulldogs looking to go for the sweep here late into the game. We're in the bottom of the 6th innings. Bulldogs have 6 runs on 11 hits, while the Tigers have 7 runs on 10 hits. Tigers have 2 errors. Bulldogs have 1. We still got a runner on first, and Britt Netterville. So Netterville's going to be leading off first after Dorian Berry flew out to left field. And it's going to bring up Josh Bezoyan. They've Better not leave him anything over the plate, or he will put that one out of the ballpark like he showed he did earlier. He tied up Grayson Swanson earlier in this game for the lead of the Bulldog home run record. It's interesting to see people start walking more towards that left foul pole. We'll see what Bezoyan can do here. Bledsoe in the game yesterday came on in relief. Had a great quick little outing, only did 1 inning, and here's the first pitch to Bezoyan. That's going to be down and away, ball 1. If they leave anything up, fastball, top of the strike zone for Bezoyan, he's able to get up underneath it, so it's going to be interesting to see if the catcher, Messina, calls everything low and away, forcing Bezoyan to hit into a possible ground ball or at least a line drive out towards right field. That's where I'd set up if I was the catcher, and that's exactly what they're going to do, go low. That ball seemed a little low below the knees. He wasn't too sure about that strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bezoyan not too confident in the decision-making by the home plate umpire on that one. Nemeth and Smith playing relatively close to the bag there at second and shortstop. Bledsoe looking in, knows to keep it low in the strike zone, force a ground ball, possible roll-up double play is what the West Alabama team's looking for. But in that attempt, it's going to be a 2-1 count. So they're going to pitch everything to Bezoyan away after he lit them up the last couple games. Well, I assume they're going to continue to leave everything out, maybe low in the knees. Bledsoe looks in. Netterville's leading off first after he got on in that single. And Bledsoe's going to wind up. Here's the pitch. Bezoyan's going to check the swing. He's not going to go. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out to the big left fielder, Bezoyan. Exciting to see him blossom here at the end of the season in his senior year. Final home game today here at the Fesmeyer Field. Bulldog fans got to celebrate that between the games. They honored the 6 seniors, including Bezoyan, and here's the pitch. It's going to be ball 4, and Bezoyan's going to walk. They're not too sure how to pitch to him, so they might as well just let him take a base. It's going to bring up Grayson Swanson, designated hitter / outfielder. He's been playing right field in this game. So Netterville's going to go over to second base. Bezoyan's going to take his spot rightfully at first. It's going to bring up Grayson Swanson. Grayson Swanson reached on a single in the second inning. Wasn't able to come around and score. He struck out in the 4th. He hit it to the first baseman in the 5th for the second out of that 5th inning rally. Grayson Swanson so far this season has 12 home runs, tied with Josh Bezoyan. He has 43 RBIs. Bezoyan overtook him in this game for that record here, for the season record for the Bulldogs. Grayson Swanson, the junior, batting .374. Exciting to see another year out of him next year, what he's going to be able to do. Had an incredible junior season here. He takes the first one in there, checks his swing, looked like he won it, but it was a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here, 2 runners on. Winning run over there at first, represented in Josh Bezoyan, tying run at second in Britt Netterville. Grayson Swanson, the right fielder, right-handed junior, points up like a lightning rod to the sky. We'll see what he's going to do. Smith trying to get the call to pick him off at second, not going to get it. They're going to pitch that one outside as well. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, as the Tigers pitching staff is unable to throw strikes here out of the bullpen in Bledsoe. So looks a little worried on the mound to leave anything out there for exactly the guys that the Bulldogs want up to the plate now, and Josh Bezoyan and Grayson Swanson. Swanson in his 32nd start of the season, 115 at-bats, 43 hits, 29 at-bats here, 29 runs scored. That's going to be over the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out count here to Grayson Swanson, the designated hitter. But now they're well-rounded. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit out towards left field. Peoples is going to run over. It's going to score at least 1. Netterville's making his way home, and just Josh Bezoyan's going to be at third standing up, and it's going to be a clutch RBI double to tie the game here at Union, 7 apiece. Cowbells are going. As everybody kind of takes a breath, Bledsoe looks over the dugout. There's 2 runners in scoring position. Smith and Nemeth playing in the grass. Barrett excitingly came around to score after his single in the 5th inning. Got a single in the 4th as well, and a fielder's choice in 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. He popped back over the net as the energies begin. Here's the pitch. Barrett's at 1-2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bezoin go, and the ball's going to land right outside of the field. Bezoin was ready. He ran back to the bag, possible ready for a sacrifice fly. Blake Barrett's going to get another shot, a second chance at redemption here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out the count to him. Here's the pitch. Big swing and the miss. That's going to do it there for Barrett as he's going to head back to the dugout, and the hope. Interesting call here, trying to set up a force at any base. Chavis is going to get that intentional walk. A little bit of respect there for him. And the Ducks are on the pond as the bases are juiced here in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded. Slater Shield. Interesting that they would walk and in a second. Slater Shield the batter against Bledsoe. Bledsoe has going to line up. Gives a little bit of a windmill to it. Rocks the bat. Bledsoe here. Looks like he's going from the windup. Bases are loaded. No one's stealing, so he's able to do so. He's going to step off. Slater's going to call time. The umpire's going to grant it. The dugout's getting excited. They're only one. West Alabama here with 10. Bulldogs with 12. reclaimed by Josh Bezoyan. Comes home on a wild pitch and a tough way to do it as the stress was just too much for Bledsoe here as all of the runners are going to advance. Swanson's going to go to third. Chavis is going to go to second. 2 outs. Two outs, bottom of the 6th, you're up by 1. 2 runners on. Carson Chavis out there at second base. Slater continuing to battle just like these Bulldog batters have done in the last 3 games, staying in every single pitch, watching them closely, making sure that nothing gets away from them, increasing the pitch count, putting all the pressure on the pitchers. The guys warming up, the bullpen are just watching at this. Struggled a lot at the beginning to get that first hit, but he hasn't looked back. The Bulldogs get this game over with for the sweep. Bulldogs up 8-7. We'll be right back with you in the top of the 7th inning. A.J. Zeke, he's gone 1 inning, struck out 2 batters, faced 3. That next one's going to be there. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Here's the pitch from Middleton. Low, 4-pitch walk there. To second base in the 6th. In at third. No outs here in the top of the 7th. Bulldogs only need 3. Hunting for the save here is Ryan Middleton. Looking to get it late in the game. Bulldogs have stayed in all 3 of these games very close. They hold the lead only by 1 run. Ben Smith sets up outside. Tries to get him to chase. Not 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Just like that, Lyman is retired. Flies out to center field, or to left. strike, Gavin Rodgers. Rodgers taps on the plate, getting excited here. Middleton looks over, checks the runner at first is Nemeth, and he's going home with it. That's in there for a called strike 2. Rodgers just out of the box. Two strikes, one out. Knew he was going to get him to chase. Very probable throw there. Going to flip it over. He's going to tag the runner. Going to throw it to first, and that's going to do it. The Bulldogs win it, and the game is over. Middleton gets the save, and the Bulldogs sweep the Tigers in this 3-game series on an incredible 4-3 double play. Patrick Music did it all himself. He was able to ground the ball. Produced by Voss. Thanks for joining us here on the Union University